With the cause of being entrepreneurial and self-starters in Zimbabwe gathering momentum, you would find that agriculture becomes a pivotal and strategic industry which is inclusive, where our Zimbabwean citizens can take part and participate along the agricultural value chain. This is where we are saying that to participate adequately, you need to invest in an agricultural qualification, where we are speaking of learning with the adults, having your life-work balance in place to ensure that you can undertake studies to obtain your qualification in agriculture. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for tuning into yet another informative edition of your program. This is Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. This is where we discuss everything agriculture. We look at time value of money, production, economics, and even agricultural education, where we are saying that you need to invest, and agriculture qualification is worth investing in so that you participate fully. You cannot part with your finances and even look for capital without adequate education. Embracing agricultural education today. At this point in time, I'm going to be inviting Mr. Suruma. He is the principal of Blackfordby College of Agricultural Sciences. Stay tuned. Mr. Suruma, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Wazenai.
I'd like to congratulate you for hosting another graduation that has been successful, given that you are working and teaching professionals with various professional backgrounds. Congratulations on that.
Thank you. You're most welcome.
As we get into today's discussion, Mr. Suruma, what could have inspired or motivated your college to have students from different professional backgrounds come and undertake a qualification, to be specific, a diploma in agriculture? What motivated or inspired the college?
Thank you very much. As a college, we value relevance to the industry. We've had calls from people that cannot come and study with us full time. And these people already have qualifications elsewhere. They are looking for an opportunity to enhance their skills, their abilities in agriculture. And we have seen it fit to make provision for such through weekend classes, through online classes. And this is a blended approach that we use. So it's essentially coming from a need basis driven from the industry.
What is the importance or the essence of agriculture education for the agri industry of Zimbabwe?
Wazenai, it's not a secret that agriculture, it is the center of economic development in Zimbabwe. And for us to be able to do that, in as much as we need all the other resources, systems in place and everything, unless we have skilled human capital to drive that, it will be very, very difficult for us to achieve the change. So agricultural education is coming in as the driver or the facilitator, the catalyst to production or agricultural development that's coming through improved agricultural production.
Some of the courses that you want to highlight and just expand a little on their importance to someone who's looking to undertake agriculture as a formidable business.
It is a difficult one because our students, they come from different backgrounds and they've got different passions. So we cannot really say this kind of business or enterprise is probably more important than the other. So at diploma level, we do not specialize.
Okay.
We expect all our students to study all the modules, but however, at personal level, they then go to depths in terms of what they would want to pursue. But over and above everything, what we then teach them is the business side of it. If one goes into tobacco, you should be able to make money out of tobacco. If one goes for dairy, they should be able to make money out of that. So that is the main underlying issue that we then try and enforce or inculcate in all our students, so that despite whichever field or specialization, they must be able to make economic sense out of their work.
In your experience as a principal working with various students, you have educated various students and you have seen them being integrated in the industry. Why would you say that before someone undertakes an agri project, either poultry, either livestock, pen fattening, tobacco, etc., they might want to invest in a qualification first? What would you highlight as the importance of someone? Because you know that traditionally our people would say, we've been doing agriculture since time immemorial. We've got successful parents who never went to university or college. But in modern day agriculture, there is an emphasis on the importance of having a qualification before you invest financially or even your efforts in any agriculture setup. What would you cite as the role of education for someone who's looking to participate in the agricultural industry, not just in Zimbabwe, but also in the world? I heard you from your speech saying that one of your students is now in the United Kingdom, taking care of a 1,000 sow unit of pigs. What is the importance of having a diploma before you part with financial resources to undertake agriculture?
All right, so Wadzanai, the agricultural field is not only costly, but it's very risky. And for someone to just go in blindly, they are bound or most likely going to make mistakes and lose money. So it is important for someone who's coming, especially from a non-agricultural background, to get the right information. And this, you get it through formal training in programs like the part-time program that we offer. But not only do you get the information, when you then get to enroll, you get a chance to network with other people within the industry. So you get to meet people who are into finance, you meet people who are in input supplies, and you just get more than the qualification. You also beg relationships as you leave Blackfordby with the qualification.
Finally, as we close, Mr. Suruma, I'd like to believe there is a sort of differentiation between the normal students that are coming from high school and these students who have a professional background with regards to what is acceptable or your requirements for someone to enroll with you guys so that he gets or she gets their own professional qualification. What do you expect? What are your expectations in line with learning with the adults?
For the full-time students, most of them are coming straight from high school, and they are looking for a first-time qualification. Our normal entry requirements are 5 ordinary level passes with maths, English and science. For the part-time class, in addition to the qualifications which most of them already have, we also look at what one intends to do. So we talk to them in terms of their passion, in terms of their plans, because hazvina kungonaka kutora munhu mukuru wongomumbunyikiza into things that's true. So we talk to them and we agree, or we make it clear to them what the program entails so that we manage expectations on both ends.
Thank you so much, Mr. Suruma, for taking your time on today's graduation and enlightening our Zimbabwean audience in line with the expectations for learning with the adults. I know that there might be some differences. These are people who are already in the industry, working in various places, but you have opened your doors as a college to embrace them so that they partake in our agricultural fraternity. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you very much, and thank you for coming to support us.
There you heard it, viewers, from one of the pioneers in agriculture, the principal of the Blackfordby College of Agricultural Sciences, Mr. Suruma, who have unveiled a program where we are having various professionals from different career backgrounds coming to acquire knowledge in the agricultural industry through acquiring a diploma for sustainability in participation in agriculture. We are going to go on a short commercial break, but right back with this and more in the second segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, farmers and aspiring farmers, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. For those who are already in farming and those who are looking to invest in agriculture, we are encouraging you to have a professional qualification, either a certificate or a diploma, which is the case today, where we are celebrating acquisition of diplomas in agriculture through adult learning. Now, viewers, encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with the producer, Wadzanai Manyore, so 0772807506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. Make a follow-up on this episode and more, and leave your comments and suggestions. They are most welcome to us. Our YouTube channel is Agribusiness with Wadzanai. On X, formerly known as Twitter, we have a growing, thriving community. There is at Agribusiness 110. On LinkedIn, we have a growing, thriving community where most of these discussions take place. Our profile there is at Wadzanai Manyore. Now we are going to be looking and talking to some students, their experience coming from different professional backgrounds, investing in education in line with agriculture education. Stay tuned. At this point in time, we are here in the second segment, where we are joined by one of the recent graduates who has acquired their professional qualification coming from a different professional background, but through learning with the adults, They've enrolled with Blackfordby College of Agricultural Sciences, and today we are celebrating. I am joined by Letwin Dove, a farmer. Letwin, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Azanai.
For starters, I'd like to congratulate you for your qualification that you have acquired today.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Yes, as we get into this discussion, Letwin, what is your professional background? I understand that this class was learning with the adults.
Yes.
What are your qualifications prior to joining this class, and what could have inspired or motivated or led you to want to have a qualification in agriculture?
All right. I've got a diploma in sustainable community development, and then I started farming 2019. Having grown up in Gokwe, Nemangwe, where we were farming cotton and maize.
Yes.
But the challenge back then was I would see my parents do the farming, but they would really not get much profit out of it. So in 2019, when I started farming, I didn't have much knowledge. I would just get ideas from WhatsApp groups. But then I realized that I was doing production, but I didn't have the productivity. So the desire to have productivity, to run, to have farming as a business is what led me to enroll at Blackfordby.
Now, Letwin, are there any courses or modules that you would want to highlight as those that stood out for you, that you said, wow, this module is really going to be helping me as a farmer? I understand that you are a self-starter.
Yes.
You are into farming yourself, which is what led you to want to have a qualification.
Yes.
Are there any modules, any courses, or any experience that you got from the college that you would want to highlight and describe it on how it is going to enhance your production and productivity systems?
All right, my first and foremost was land planning use. What happened is I've got a piece of land, but I had just put my things haphazardly. But through studying land planning use, now I understand that if I get a bigger land, I have to put my things in order. Where animal section has to be on its own, horticulture fields have to be on their own, my water sources have to be in areas where they will not be contaminated, so that I will have clean water for my animals as well. So land use planning helped me a lot. And then number two, soil science. I now know how to interpret my own soil test results.
Exactly.
Because I used to do soil tests, but then I would need someone
to come and interpret
for
the
me
results,
and
the
PK,
recommendation.
yes, the recommendation. So now from soil science, I get to understand that I have to improve my soil structure. At the same time, I'm no longer over-fertilizing and under-fertilizing.
Yes.
So that's why I really loved soil science. It was really eye-opening. And then we moved to crop protection. Right, I've been doing tomatoes, and pests and diseases have been a havoc on my piece of land. So now, through crop protection, I learned about integrated pest management.
Yes.
I do not have to start with chemicals, because not all chemicals are good on horticulture produce.
Exactly.
So now I learned the biological controls, chemical being the last one. And also I learned that a healthy crop is hardly or is less attacked by pests and diseases.
That is very important.
Yes.
How you feed your crop in terms of your fertilizer programming,
Yes.
that crop becomes self-sufficient, that it can fight off diseases.
Very
and
true.
even insect pests may not be a menace that much
Very
when you
true.
come with proper nutrition. Okay.
And an added advantage to that is if you use less chemicals, it also reduces your cost of production.
Now, Letwin, you would find that at times there are people who want to enroll, but they are skeptical, they are afraid to say, how am I going to manage my family time? How am I going to manage my career? I'm already employed somewhere, and how am I going to be managing my own enterprises? Your word of advice, in line with having people shake off the fear, come and enroll. What you learned, your word of advice, your sentiments in line with the acquisition of this qualification.
I think it's a worthy program. You should have the passion first. what is it that you really want to do? Do you want to just to do ordinary farming, or you want to run farming as a business? So if you want to run farming as a business, making profit, achieving, you have to enroll, because the knowledge that you get there is totally different from just farming without that knowledge. And now what you have to do is you have to coordinate your things, being a mother, going to work, attending lessons. And the advantage of Blackfordby part-time is that you do online lessons Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the weekends are for the practicals. So you are now able
you have a balance.
Yes, you are able to do other things during the week, and then you spare the weekend for the practical learning.
Finally, Luetine, as we close this segment, we've come to the end of this segment. As a woman in agriculture, what you have discovered, your experience, your sentiments, your recommendations. I know a lot of ladies might think that agriculture is cumbersome, it's tiring, it's male-dominated. But we have you today speaking to us in line with your participation. You are already a farmer, but you decided to invest part with your money so that you get a qualification. Your experiences, how you are going to be using your qualification as we round off.
Right. The technical know-how that I got from Blackfordby has actually capacitated me, or given me enough capacity to run the farm efficiently. Not only that, it is like I said, we used to farm in Gokwe. It is my desire that most rural farmers do not just do farming anyhow, but do that production that gives them profit. So I'm actually based in Dema Kandava, which is a rural setup. I'm also going to use this qualification to teach other farmers around my area, to teach the young girls and the young guys who are leaving school to come and get knowledge, to be trained even on our farm. I invite you to come and visit us one day, Wadza.
Thank you so much, Queen, for taking your time. And once again, congratulations on your qualification. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you, Wadza.
On that note, viewers, we've come to the end of the second segment. We're going to go on a short commercial break. We're right back with this and more in the third and final segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness in support of Vision 2030. We are here in the third and final segment of your program, where today we are looking at adult learning in agriculture, where different people from various professional backgrounds who already have existing careers are coming to partner with colleges to undertake agriculture and get their qualification so that they participate professionally within the industry. At this point in time, I'm joined by Kudakwashe Muka, who was a student learning with Blackfordby, and she's going to be taking us through her experience. Kudakwashe, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's a pleasure being here, Wadzenai. Thank you.
As we get into our discussion, Kuda, maybe a brief background, a synopsis of your background, qualifications, your career, and what could have led you to want to participate in agriculture and get a professional course.
Thank you, Wadzenai. Well, I am a fashion designer by profession, and I've also been in the healthcare industry as well. But with agriculture, it's something that kind of snapped and got into the picture for me to want to try it. I have seen my mother. She started a nursery business, but it was like there were things that you could tell that needed an extra touch or some kind of knowledge for it to actually boost up and become profitable. So I thought, no, let us do something that will help us to make money, to make it worthwhile. Join Blackfordby and then learn something different.
Now, Kuda, I'm very much interested in what you said. You highlighted that you are a fashion designer, but you are now into agriculture. Going to the other end of the spectrum, from fashion to mud to dirt to soil. I'd like to commend you for that. But moving right along, Kuda, what are your intentions with these qualifications? How do you intend to use this diploma? Are you going to look for a job in the industry? Are you going to be a self-starter? Are you going to be a farmer? Are you going to be an educator, maybe a teacher teaching yourself? How are you going to be using your qualification?
The reason why I joined Blackfordby was because I wanted to be my own boss. So I would like to take it through as becoming a full-time farmer. We own a piece of land in Shamva, And now we're currently in the process of developing it to become a bigger nursery than we used to have in Ushokunze. So with the knowledge that I got from Blackfordby, I told myself, no, I can't go burden the next person. What will my trees do? What will my plants get? So I need to focus more on being a farmer, and then perhaps with time start educating others so that they can also join in and they learn something and they can practice it at home and also do something with themselves while they're at home and, you know, make a little bit of money.
From your experience and your discoveries, Kuda,
Yes.
you would find that people generally are saying we have already been farmers since time immemorial. We didn't need to go to school to get a diploma. I know of successful farmers, but they are successful in tobacco farming.
Yes.
In line with embracing agri education, what has been your view, your sentiments, your word of advice, in line with your experience? Why is it important for a farmer to acquire knowledge before parting with finances to invest in a program or a project?
You know, when I joined Blackfordby, I used to think it's just a seed and you pluck it in the ground and then you water it, and then the next thing you've got a whole plant, a tobacco plant, and then you're good to go to the tobacco floors. But there is a lot of practice. There is a lot of management that needs to be done. There are things that we do not know why our plants are stagnant or how to deal with certain pests and infections and things like that. But when you take in knowledge, you are able to manage your business, you're able to make sure that you have the good harvest. Farmers, yes, they will say that they're successful, but did you know that some of them will actually go out there, plant, but that is not the amount of...
There is no maximization of the potential.
The yield is not enough. So yes, of course, yeah, you're going to go make an extra $3,000 from the money that you had put in.
But you could have made more.
That's the thing. The practices that we're learning from colleges, the practices that we're learning from other farmers, they are less use of chemicals and more use of conservative farming. If it's done correctly, you will get a good yield. If it's done correctly, you will make a good profit. So that farmers need to, you know, take some time and, you know, come join the college and see what else they can walk out with.
Finally, as we close, Kuda, I know a lot of women are into fashion and designing and a lot of things to do with beauty.
Yes.
Now, what would be your word of advice in line with women in agriculture, participating in agriculture, in the agriculture industry of our country, as a woman, as a girl child?
As a woman, as a girl child, as a mom, as a sister, I believe that each household should have a garden. Because then our place is in the kitchen, but yes, go into the garden, take your own tomatoes out from your garden, do an extra dirty work. Soil never killed no one.
Yes.
Yes, a little bit of small practices around the house. Have a plant. You know, there are people who will not have even a peach tree in their yard, but you want to go
They are buying even vegetables, tomatoes,
mango, what's the name? So people need to have a fruit tree. Pamba panonzi panem zimai, pamba panonzi panem munukat, panonzi panem nganaskana. Have something that you can say, you know what, but it's there and you can take something out of it. Dirt never killed no one.
Thank you so much, Kuda. There you heard it, viewers. In the words of Kuda here, a fashion designer who transitioned to become a full-time farmer and acquire professional knowledge in line with agriculture. Debt never killed anyone. It was a pleasure having us today, Kuda.
Thank you so much, Wazana. It was indeed a great pleasure.
Thank you. There you heard it, viewers. We are celebrating the acquisition of agricultural certificates, diplomas, where we are saying that it is not very wise for someone to undertake farming as a formidable business without proper and adequate knowledge. We are having people coming to partner with colleges in Zimbabwe to ensure that they are taking care of their investment. We are speaking of capital injections that will be used to undertake agricultural enterprises. And as such, you need knowledge and education to be successful within your venture. From me, your host was Zanai Manyora. I'm also on Instagram. It's at Wadzi110. And the crew behind the scenes. Have yourselves a fabulous evening. Thank you for watching.